you got something really interesting this Christmas, James, that you got for yourself. You got the Analog Pocket.
I did. Man, pre-ordered that. Not even sure how long ago it was. Like, could have been over a year. Like, they were pretty upfront with the delays, as far as getting like parts and everything. Supposed to come out, I think, in April of this past year.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit of a delay, but they finally shipped out on December 17th. They did open up more pre-orders too, so they're doing like kind of do it in waves, I think, so
So,
that people can get on.
so what? If for our listeners, I mean, is it worth it? Like, how much have you been playing with it? Like, is it a good little handheld?
I do it, man. It's awesome. Like, honestly, like it's a nice piece of hardware. Like, you hold it, like the weight, like it's comparable, like in size to like an original Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
I think a bit more comfortable, a little less cramped than like the SP screen. So like great size, and of course plays Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and I got the adapter for Game Gear, which I was playing a lot of Game Gear actually. It really cool to see those games like on a good screen.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a Game Gear and like it's pretty awful. I think it was always like an awful screen, um, even with the color and everything. But it's like to see it, and you can change the scale of the screen and everything. You do have like a
Oh
lot of
wow.
options. Um, but even weight size, like I said, you hold an old Game Boy, maybe with the batteries in it, like they kind of weigh about the same. Um, Still a very comfortable. Like I said, the screen, man, like it's awesome. They have a TurboGrafx adapter
Oh
coming out
wow.
soon. Neo Geo Pocket Color adapter. They have a Lynx adapter too. I'm not really
Was
into that.
Now, is the adapter like when you put the adapter in the analog? Does it add any like does it look out of place? I should say because a lot of like handheld adapters and stuff like that. You put it in and it's like the console's taller than it used to be, or maybe it's a little heavier. It's just like I don't know. It's like sometimes the adapters are almost like an afterthought. Where analog when it came out, it had these adapters in mind. So does it look like appealing? Having like say the Game Boy or Game Gear adapter into the analog with the Game Gear games. Like, does it look out of place or does it? It's like, oh, that's the way it looks.
I think it looks fun. Like, it's kind of a clear adapter. I mean, your game does
Okay.
stick out more. Any of your
Hmm.
traditional Game Boy games, they're flat, like they won't stick out.
Okay.
Game Gear adapter, it is a bit above the system, but like weight wise, doesn't add anything to discomfort. Like to me, like it's not hugely out of place. Like
Hmm.
I'm used to old systems where you have like a Game Genie sticking out of the Game Boy adapter and things like that. You could have the Master System adapter, which is funny because the Master System adapter for the original Game Gear actually works on the analog.
Oh,
Now
really?
it has some glitches at this point because like your screen will be off, but I think there will be some updates you can do
Yeah.
to where you can probably play your Master System games through this adapter on there, and I mean, and that of course would add a little bit more size to it. I haven't tried it yet myself, but you know, it, the initial Game Gear adapter, everything on it, like I said, it's still a very comfortable system. I mean, it is kind of like a luxury handheld. I think. I mean, cause it
Oh,
was like
yeah.
$200. Um, it does have like the Nano Loop music maker thing. I messed with that slightly. I made a pretty cool sounding tune on there. I was like, man, wasn't able to save it. Hadn't messed with that part a whole lot. Also has like where you can make your own games
Ooh.
that you have to kind of connect through a PC and go through a program. But at some point, it will have a feature where you can like kind of download games that people make on there. So it's kind of
Oh,
going to have
wow.
this like open system where you can like trade, create games. Like I said, you get the music thing and playing all the old stuff. I mean, it's nice, man. I mean, I think Analog's been like a proven company, and they've always put out like a quality product. And I mean, this one, I think it's any different, man. I mean, it's been pretty awesome. I definitely got the screen protector for this. I had my wife put that on there for me because
I'm always nervous putting screen protectors on any sort of electronics. It's like a freaking espionage mission, like trying not to get a freaking little bubble, little speck of dust. You get it on there, and all of a sudden you just see that little speck of dust in the corner, and you're like, do I get rid of it? I can't peel it off. I'll just try to ignore it, but it's always there. Like, you'll always notice that little piece of dust on the screen.
Yeah, I was like, I had her put it on it like right away. I was like, we can take care of that. But man, I think, like I said, it's gonna be awesome. So with the different adapters and everything coming out, and like I said, they're still available, and like I said, there's still a waiting list. And it's one of those things. Like, if you really want one, you kind of gotta like try to get it. Like I said, I literally set an alarm that day when they came out, and I just managed to get one. And it was one of those systems that like sold out in like minutes. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's still crazy that that happens, but at least like they're trying to get more of them out there.
Hmm.
Well, it's still hard to get, but I mean, I think at some point they'll be way more available. But it's still like, still taking time. I think with all the lack of parts and everything going on with the shipping and stuff. So
Would you say, like, in the closing little review that we're doing with the analog, would you say that the analog pushes you to play handheld more? Like, having it, you're just like, man, because I know you're a Game Boy player. Like, you love your handheld games and Game Gear and stuff. Does it make you want to play it more? Be like, man, I just want to spend a whole day and play Game Gear.
yeah, no, it totally does. Like I said, the Game Gear for me has been a highlight. Because like I said, I had an old Game Gear. Screen was cruddy. Like playing, I mean, the screen is bigger than an SP. It's definitely one of the nicest screens I've played on. And you look at like the size, and said you can change. You can go into the different systems. It has options, color palettes, even. Uh, there's a lot going on with it, and like I said, I mean, it has been. I mean, there's certain games I pulled out. It was like the other day I came upstairs. I was like, what was I looking for? I went back down. I was like, it was Mickey Mouse. It just felt weird. I go upstairs. I forgot. I was looking for a Mickey Mouse game I wanted to play, so I was playing that on Game Gear. But nah, man, Game Gear has just been really fun. Master the Vampire game, like the Castlevania ripoff.
Oh yeah.
Man, that's been really cool playing that on there. And like I said, if they get that adapter fully working for Master System games, I mean, that'll be pretty fun playing on there too. But I love it. Like I said, I mean, if you're a huge handheld fan, I mean, I have to recommend it. Like I said, it's a little up there in price, but I think it's worth it. Like in the long run, like I said, you had the artistic aspect, like I said, of the Analogue music stuff, and the creating games and such. I mean, man, I'm just really looking forward to what will be out there. The games people will make should be pretty cool.
If you enjoyed this podcast clip, be sure to listen to the full episode on Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, and iHeartRadio.